of imagination.
So it's the next day. Power supply is in. It was a little bit tricky. I think I might have just been a little bit tired, or I don't know. It just wasn't working out. So I walked away. I was able to get away and just do some other stuff. But then I spent all night thinking about whether I'd made the right decision, pulling out the old one, putting the new one in. It's going to stay in. I was worried about interference. You know, this power supply not only supplies the LED strips, but also the power boards. You know, like the Pinscape board, the actual LED strip controller board thing, as well as the rotary, the knob. So it all draws current from the same power supply. And I didn't want the flashing LEDs to have sort of influence over the other boards. And I don't know if I'm overthinking it, but apparently it's okay. But if I do have an issue, I'm actually going to put the little power supply back in to supply the three boards, and keep the bigger one just for the LEDs. But I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. The other funny thing is, when I keep thinking about this project, is the LED strips. Whenever I start a new topic, I'm thinking I'm just going to do it in a day. I'm going to be like, oh, I'll just get the strips out, 2 on the side, 2 on the bottom, and it'll take me a couple of hours. And the more I think about it, it's a really big project. Just the LED strips, I think there's quite a few hours involved. So, you know, I'll piece together these videos so it look like I'm doing it, but I think it's going to take quite a while. So one thing I did actually come across, and it's something I ordered, are these strips or tracks. So I'm going to show you what they're for. Actually, yeah, I'll show you first here, and then I'll take you over there. So the LED strips goes in here, and then these attach to the side of the cabinet. The problem I have is, because of my TV size, the cabinet width, they have to be removable. Not the end of the world. I'm going to put Velcro or something on them, but it means all the plugs have to be detachable, which they are. But it's just a consideration. So this sort of Velcros to the side here, the LED strips here, and will light up and down. It's going to look amazing, but it's going to be a process to get there. The other thing is, you know, there's 3 cables coming out of here, 3 out of here. They've got to be powered at both ends, and then the data cable's got to go back to here. So there's a lot of wires from each one, and there's going to be 4. 1 on either side, 1 on underneath, and then a 5th one at the back. So there's 5 wires coming to the controller board, and power galore. 2 up here, 2 down there. It's going to be crazy. That alone is going to take a while to not only do, but to actually figure out how on earth I'm going to, you know, sort of distribute the power. I ordered some more terminal blocks. But again, once you start thinking about it, it becomes like a rabbit hole, and I get consumed with thought on how I'm actually going to pull this off. So I'll take you over there and just show you how the LED strips slip into this. So this is the little strip. As you can see, well, actually you can't see. It's actually aluminum. So what I have to be careful of, obviously, when I attach the straps, is I don't want contact. So I'm actually going to have to use some sort of foam tape, which I think that's what they recommend. So I didn't know that until I looked at that closely. I thought it was plastic. So this is a 45, sort of a 90-degree thing, and you can sort of see the LEDs are going to shine at a 45 degrees. So on the play field, they're not going to be sort of directly looking up. They're going to be sort of pointed in. I'm actually going to use these underneath the cabinet as well, and sort of shine them sort of facing out, if you will. I could just mount them straight down, but I got them, so I'm like, why not use them? For the playing field, though, I'm going to use these sort of smoky covers. A lot of people reported that the brightness is just too bright and distracting, so I got a sort of a smoky cover. So this is the playing. Actually, I'm going to put it back on the tripod. This is the LEDs for the playing field. As you can see, they're very, very dense, closely together, 144. And fortunately, these tracks are a meter long, so we're all good there. It's simply a case of mounting, and as I said, even though these do have tape on them, I'm actually going to buy some foam, double-sided foam tape, because with the aluminum, just an extra step, I guess. So they just nest in there, perfect fit, and you know, and then you just sort of taking this on and off. As you can see with these strips, there's even more wire. I tell you, there's just wires galore.
So each end, there's actually 5 wires coming out of each end. All has to be powered. I'm assuming these both reds have to receive 5 volt, which is fine. The funny thing was is I got these. I ordered these for my audio. If you remember the audio, I wasn't happy with the power. So I got 10 of these, and I think these might be perfect for this. Just to keep the power flowing in, and also removable. So cross-purposing here. Feels like a crossover event. So I'm not sure what my next step is. I'm just sort of thinking out loud and just videoing my sort of thought process. I've got to order some, not order, I can just go up the road and get some foam tape. And think about where I'm going to be distributing power inside the cabinet. So I'm crossing this bridge. I'm overthinking this, but for my own peace of mind, this little guy is going back in. I'm going to use it to power the pinscape, the LED board, and the rotary knob. So I'll probably just install it here. It means I've got to run a power cable, but that's right. And I'll just feed it up here into this board here. And then this big one here is going to serve just the LED strips. I posted a question in the forum, and I just got some, information that's going to just help me sleep better at night, knowing that I've got a single one there, separate one, just to do the LEDs, and then this little guy just to do the boards. So that's my plan. It means I've obviously got to reinstall it, rewire it, add another power cable to it, but I can do that, and we'll get back onto this.